Hello everyone, Scientria here, and once again I am streaming Guild Wars 1. It has been an age. But the 20th anniversary is going on right now, and there are some very good sales on the store. Oh, happy birthday. This character had their first birthday. What did we get? A Burning Titan. Spicy. I mean, it is a Burning Titan, right? Automatically spicy. Let's hide our pumpkin crown for now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to want to do is remember what goes on in this event and go to Embark Beach also. So I think there's things to check out here. So I'm going to go do that. Okay. I get the impression there might be some new weapons here. Or maybe... yeah. These are new. Cool. So this is a Soul Reaping Scythe. That's actually... this is very spicy. Okay. So we have the Decade weapons here. We have the Anniversary stuff, which is off attribute weapons, like the Energy Storage Axe, etc. Now we have this new set that... okay, so this is a... interesting. Hey, Star Stuff. Yeah, I bet a lot of people are popping in. I know that there is an event that there's trying to be run to have people start new characters and stuff or something. I'm not entirely sure. How's casting time of spells during festival events? Yeah. Interesting. Divine Favor doesn't work with Restoration Magic. It only works with monk spells. So I'm not sure how good that actually is, but that's very interesting. Mysticism. Snake's Lineage. So this is a... oh, this is actually really good for an MM. Normally, so... yeah, this is really good for an MM. Because so spawning power improves the HP of minions, of Necromancer minions. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to think about some of these, but let's see. Hourglass is Patience. So this is fast casting, but it has energy storage. Okay, so this is like 5 energy storage. It should be super like inspiration, right? Because that's plus 15 energy if I remember correctly. Sun's Revolution. Okay, this is actually really spicy too. Because Critical Strikes 5 gives you not only increased crit chance, but also energy. It should give you 3 energy, or 1 energy when you hit. Soul's Repentance is really cool. Yeah, these are actually really spicy. Yeah, Soul Reaping 5 is... being able to get Soul Reaping on anything. The Of Necromancer mod is probably the best one. Okay, a little bit of fast casting is fine, but not like super exciting. Bear's Roar. I am curious actually about leadership. It's interesting to have this. Also, hello, Mana Guy. Welcome. It's interesting to have this on a hammer. Dragon's Restraint. Okay, Expertise Daggers. These are Zealous as well, which is really nice. This is really, really good for the, for Assassins, specifically. Assassin Rangers. Scorpion's Clutch. Well, these aren't really great for Ranger, because you don't... so the things that I need to figure out about these is, does it apply the primary attribute regardless of your profession combination? But gaining 5 expertise is great on non-rangers, but this sets your expertise to 5 if it's below 5. Yeah, so it's good on Assassin Rangers, because then it makes like your 5 energy skills a little bit cheaper and stuff. So this is good for that. And then, yeah, getting strength here is actually kind of cool, because it gets you some armor penetration. It's 5% armor penetration. built in. It's a flat bow, just kind of medium, but I think this one's really interesting. Of these, which was the one that stands out the most to me? Probably Snake's Lineage. Giving spawning power, being able to have spawning power with a minion master is actually really, really nice. You can easily make MMs that don't care about their secondaries, so. The energy storage here is interesting. I think Sun's Revolution is the next one that's kind of spicy to me. This one I need to play with, but Soul Reaping doesn't necessarily give a whole lot of skills to Dervish. And the big thing here with this is like the energy gain is nice, but I don't necessarily like. I feel like Dervish has fine energy management as is. I think I prefer Zealous Enchanting Scythes, basically. Well, the question that I have for these, and I can't properly evaluate them until I like am able to try one out, is if you are off profession. So like if you use Bear's Roar, will you have 5 leadership regardless of your profession combination, or will you only have 5 leadership if you're part Paragon? Right, so is this like a 2 profession weapon? So like in order to be able to get this benefit, you basically have to be a warrior Paragon? Or can you be like a warrior assassin and get the leadership or whatever? And that's something that I'm going to need to discover. Because like if it works off, then a lot of these become a lot better. Like this scythe becomes a lot spicier if you can like use it on, say, a warrior, to have a warrior dervish with soul reaping, right? Yeah. So I'm going to just need to experiment and find out. I am really curious about this one, the Bear's Roar. Part of what's tricky now is that there's a bunch of things that I would want. This is the button that I want. I haven't played this game long enough that I'm having to remember my buttons. So, like, Arbalest would actually be really nice to pick up on this character, for example. Okay, this is the event where we get things per region, right? Yeah. The world's unfathomably old today. Yeah. I definitely am going to need to, like, play around with those to kind of get a feeling for how they work. What are you? Yeah, that's just doing missions. Okay, and then this is where we can get minis. Ever since the Asura came to the surface, their gates have been in high demand for those seeking to travel. I won't deny. Let's see. Apparently the new +5 are just new mods. Yeah, so there's mods that are permanently added, and then there's the anniversary ones, which are use specific skins and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's been permanently added. Like these quests are permanently added. I don't have to do these now. I think can you imagine playing an Elementalist with the of Necromancer mod on a staff or something? Like, that seems really, really good. Just being able to have 5 Soul Reaping on an Ellie would be... Or on a Mesmer. Both of those are crazy. The Soul Reaping mod is going to be in high demand for staves and wands, I think. Let's see. I won't deny the allure of instantaneous travel, but I feel sorry for future generations. Can you imagine never experiencing the sting of the salt air, the feeling of the wind coursing through your hair? Part of the joy of any journey is the getting there. I think that's why I can feel so at ease here. The spirit, the excitement of new beginnings is everywhere. So this would be a miniature Growl. Your traveling companions are a unique part of any journey, wouldn't you say? Even something as small as a toy or pet can bring memories alongside it. In exchange for show of your heroism, I can offer a particularly rare toy to take with you. I wonder what is required here. Yeah, I think the of Necromancer mod is probably going to be the best one overall, if I had to guess. The critical strikes one is also actually really good for physical attackers, just in general. Like scythes, a scythe with the critical strikes thing on it would be really strong. So what do you complete? Redeem a fully completed copy of the Flamespeaker Prophecies hard mode storybook at a lore master. Okay. Well, that's not something I'm rushing off to do. Okay. I'm not necessarily going to examine all of these right now, but these are like this one. Completing the Fisher of Woe in hard mode, or the Underworld in hard mode, sounds real spicy. A Dungeon Master for Destroyer Flesh. Yeah, that makes sense. I actually have a miniature Destroyer Flesh on my main account because I got the magazine that has it. Okay. Let's see what Zeischen things are going on right now. Oop. I have 3 bounties. And 3 missions. Okay, what missions do I have? Oh, I still have Wayfarer Reverie quests. That's funny. A Gate Too Far, Assault on the Stronghold, and the Wilds. I don't even think I have hard mode unlocked yet on this character. No, I don't. I don't have hard mode unlocked yet. Okay. So I'm not sure exactly what my priorities are, but let's go to LA. I just need to do stuff in different regions. So good old Dunes of Despair. Augury Rock is probably the quickest one to do there. What's the bonus in Fort Rannoch again? I should know this. Dieter, right? Oh, I haven't even done Nolani. I could go do Nolani, but there's not really a reason to. The Great Northern Wall is quick, especially if you're not doing the bonus, so I'll probably just do this. I don't care. Donkoro, I guess. That seems like a bar. Ellie's are good, and I guess Acolyte Jin. Yeah, that should probably be fine. I definitely need more skills on this account, but that is the whole point. Wow, look how many parties are here. It has a lot of people here. I'm going to get her the leadership hammer, because I really, really want to figure that out. I would like to pick up Arbalist for her as well. But okay, like there's no reason to stand around doing random stuff, and if I get through it fast enough, then the drops will automatically be given to me. So for those who haven't checked it out, by the way, during this anniversary event, so you know when you're watching this in 5 years, it probably won't matter, but the store, the Guild Wars store, is selling everything at like big discounts, including things that normally aren't on discount, like more storage panes and character slots and stuff. So I'm not sure what things I'll get for this account specifically. I'll probably get more storage panes for my main account. because it needs them badly. But how's everyone been, by the way? It's been a while since I've streamed. Out of my way, yeah, big bug. Well, it'll be fine. My heroes are more here just because than because they're necessary. Like, I don't need to worry about doing the bonus or anything. What are the effects of my shield? Oh. Well, that's a pretty underwhelming shield, that's for sure. Poor Vec. So I don't know if anybody else... So they released on the... Oh, nice. But they released on the patch notes weapons that they were adding. And, oh, Don Coro managed to catch up with me. That's nice. And they mentioned that there were some being added at magical rarity, and I'm like, what the heck is magical rarity? And I eventually realized it was blue. Yeah. Yeah, I don't... Like, 5 leadership I don't think is a huge deal. It's not nothing. And, like, it even makes to the limit better, because it affects you, right? So you'll gain a little bit of energy refund. I think the Ritualist one might actually be surprisingly good on melee fighters, because Sight Beyond Sight is a spawning power enchantment that prevents you from being blinded. And having access to that at a, like, with some attribute investment would actually be pretty cool. Like, in terms of primary attribute skills, yeah, for Sight Beyond Sight. Oh yeah, how fast casting works on non-mes primary. Yeah, that's the thing, because they made it so that way it doesn't kick in until spells have at least a 2-second activation time because of the way it's being used. I'm not sure what it becomes good on. It's probably a little bit better than depending upon your profession, it might be a little bit better than some options for speeding up spellcasting, but it's not, like, huge. Because, like, keep in mind, it's a suffix mod, right? So you're giving up, for example, enchanting or fortitude or whatever. So they might be better than a generic fortitude mod in some cases. But I'm not... I would have to think about what cases that would be true on. What profession would want fast casting PvE? Elementalist immediately comes to mind. There's a lot of long casting time spells. I mean, that was always the thing, right? Of using fast casting with LE stuff. Like, that's long been tradition, you could say. Necromancer would also benefit from it. There's a lot of long cast times on Necro. I could do Frostgate. Frostgate's kind of a pain in the butt, but I haven't done it yet on this character. So I guess I might as well. Let's grab Gwen and Milani, I guess. Actually, Milani's definitely good. I'm not... Maybe I actually want... Elias. That's probably a little bit more generally useful. Yeah, let's... Well, with that, I could go Well of Power instead of that. I think I will. Competes a little bit with minions, but Well of Power has long enough recharge. Yeah, that's another good question of what... like, Divine Favor could be interesting for the smiting, or for the Divine Favor PvE only elite. Divine Strike, I think, or whatever it is. So, like, that's kind of an interesting application of them as well, as to buff some of those skills. In that regard, actually, the Critical Strikes one, I would need to figure out what the math is on the... See, I have that. Ooh, I already have a Proof of Legend sitting around in my bank, so that's nice. I have a Proof of Triumph there. Yeah, I've got overall pretty good empty space here. But the Assassin PvE only elite from the anniversary event does give you bonus attributes, so I'm not sure how much you can like chain stack it if you use it in a row, because I think its duration is also partially dependent. But that would be potentially an interesting one. I don't think Second Sevens of Time Ward is worth it, though. But between 10-second duration and critical strikes, yeah, so you can get a little bit of an additional boost. Yeah, but like the big thing there is it would enable you to also get the critical strikes plus like gain an energy on critical hit bonus, which is not nothing. So that's like worth considering at least. What are some other... depending upon how it works, leadership might actually be kind of interesting on, if it works the way that we absolutely want it to, I should say. The leadership one, if you can use it on like a monk warrior or a, something like where you're gaining some energy back from using like Watch Yourself, that could be kind of interesting. I don't know that that's super good, but would be interesting. Also, like getting strength in order to be able to use some of these skills a little bit better could be pretty nice. I'm not sure what Warrior's Endurance looks like at 5 strength, but that would be if it lasts long enough, that could be an interesting energy management option as well. There's a lot of like, I haven't thought about what this skill looks like at 5 rank. You know, no. But there are a lot of strength skills, so. Hey, Scrub Wave. With 5 fast casting, you use Psychic and Spillion and non-Mesmer. Yeah, is that the requirement for success? Yeah, that's definitely interesting to think about, too, is like, where are the success breakpoints, right? Because there's the, like, what benefits do you get from having this primary attribute angle, but there's also the, what skills does this potentially open up? So, like, an MM with spawning power making more durable minions is really cool. But, like, spawning power on Monked in order to be able to have weapon spells that last longer also has some merit to it. Right? Yeah, so that's maybe... Worsner is probably not quite worth it. Yeah, 5% armor penetration on attack skills is nice. The other one is like... No, it's not. But, like, it's an added bonus that you're getting some other skill that you're getting access to or something. Like, I think strength is one that I would pick for skill purposes. Like, it makes sprint a little bit better looking, for example. Some other things that I would potentially want to look into. Expertise is more interesting from an energy management standpoint. I feel like a critical strike's scythe could be really nice from that standpoint as well. That might be worth using on... Yeah, flail. I kind of figured out what you meant, but yeah. It's good to clarify. Flail might be worth... Yeah. I mean, the self-snare is a bit of a problem, but, like, in some regards, the low duration is a benefit at that point. Expertise at 5 would take... I believe it's 4% per, so that would help some. Mysticism would actually be potentially helpful as well for people who are trying to use flash enchantments on secondary dervish. Yeah, a little bit of divine favor doesn't hurt. It would give some bonus healing. That's like 15-ish? 16? It's what, 3.2? So that would be 16 bonus health. Which is not nothing, but it's not a ton either. Am I looking for a... I have not been through here in a little bit. Probably I'm looking for this firing lever or something. A wand of dervish, so mysticism wand. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's... What, like 20% cheaper? I still feel like Soul Reaping is going to be hard to beat. But it's like, you know, making your 5 energy skills 4 energy instead, and your 10 energy skills 8 energy. Like, it matters. Not a ton. Excuse me, not a ton, but it does matter a little bit. That's an interesting thought. using 7 weapon stance with enchantment. I feel like most of my drops have been sweets. Oh man. Kind of want an ice cream cone all of a sudden. Age Riders. Don't think it matters too much which direction I go here. I don't know, I'm just gonna go this way and fight more Driders, I guess. It's a lot of hexes. I do like the idea of being able to get slightly longer duration weapon skills on Monk or like a Necro maybe. Yeah, I mean that certainly is Signet of Lost Souls for a little bit of additional energy. Certainly has its appeal. Okay, I need to go over this way to talk to Rornak Stone Sludge. Yeah, so that's you should be able to get a critical scythe, critical strike scythe snap for +5 critical strikes, which would give you an additional 1 energy on each critical hit. You know, increase your critical rate a little bit. That's definitely one of the exciting options. That's probably better than Fortitude. Like, plus just increasing your crit chance plus getting a little bit of additional energy gain. That on like any martial weapon is probably just superior to Fortitude if I had to guess, unless you really need the HP for something. But like more HP doesn't, or more armor don't really matter that much. So unless you're getting something specific about the suffix, I think these suffixes are more interesting for martial weapons, which don't need something like enchanting. So if you just use a defense or Fortitude mod, I think these are, I think the profession mods are probably better, depending upon like your build and everything, of course. But I mean, it makes me want a mods trader even more than I did, but we'll have to see how rare they actually are. And I saw somebody post a screenshot of a 4, so I'm not sure how rare 5s are going to be either, and that's also an important factor in this. Because it seems that they probably cap out at 5. Man, I wish we got explorable versions of all of the Prophecies maps. I would absolutely pay money for that. Are they star stuff? That's good to know. I mean, it's probably, I mean, you're adding 10 new things, so it wouldn't surprise me that individual ones are dropping a lot, just because there's not a lot of competition for the suffix slot on a lot of weapons, right? So it super saturates that with a bunch of new ones. So I can absolutely see that contributing. Okay, I should probably salvage some stuff down soon. Man, I miss Guild Wars 2 salvaging. I've been playing a lot of Guild Wars 2 lately. Okay, well, this is all a bunch of meandering nonsense anyway, isn't it? That would be interesting as how it affects that weapon swapping. Okay, because people who have gotten it... Oh, congratulations to me on this terrible bow grip enchanting. The icy mod on this might actually be useful. I may hang on to that. Radiant and minor absorption. But can people who have gotten them confirm whether or not you have to be one of the professions in order to be able to get the benefit? Like, if I, as a warrior ranger, were to equip a critical strikes one, would that still give me critical strikes even though I don't have a profession for it? Because it definitely adds a lot. It adds a lot more interest to weapons. Like, it's a really interesting mod. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm eventually going to be able to test it myself because I'm probably going to get that hammer. Which is going to be better than this piece of crap. Oh my goodness. The other thing that I'm curious about is they made a new bundle, and I'm curious if it has the pre-order bonuses for the other campaigns and stuff as part of it. Because if it does, that's really interesting as well. It's like, is it time for a third account, self? I need to look at the details. I'll investigate that later. I'm certainly not going to do that right now. I wouldn't be able to get any proper anniversary stuff on it anyway, even if I did, so... I'd rather worry about getting stuff spec'd out on this account. But I mean, it definitely shows that they're committed to keeping this game alive, which I'm really grateful for. It would be really odd, not impossible, by the way, that Guild Wars 1 outlives Guild Wars 2. Just because Guild Wars 1 is probably a lot more cost-effective to run. Guild Wars 2 probably requires a lot more resources, if I had to guess. Okay, that's good to know. Because that definitely makes them a lot better. I'm definitely going to need to take this character into higher level areas, but that'll be happening soon enough. Time to spam sprint. Yeah, that's definitely good. I was last on 4 weeks ago. I'll probably do some stuff on my main account, like off stream, but I want to stream this account, so... The fact that a lot of these things are permanent editions also is really nice. Okay, I do want to make sure, just to make sure things don't bug out on me, that I keep my inventory somewhat open. Okay, getting highly salvageable stuff definitely helps with that. Man, I wish I wasn't getting such utter garbage. Like... But that's just being in a low-level area in a nutshell. Okay, hang on. Yeah, highly salvageable, it means you get 12 things rather than 1. That I want to hang on to. That I need to hang on to. That's not going to be useful salvage. That I can salvage into wood. This probably salvages. Okay, that's salvage into iron, which is not bad. I always think of iron as being more valuable than wood. But I haven't looked at the materials economy. It's probably going wonky right now if I had to guess. I heard Ecto is changing a lot, like down or something. A random snow wolf. I'll figure out what sort of armor sets I want to get this character eventually. I mean, this stuff works for now. But everything went down. Interesting. Sages are jerks. I'm like, what happened? And then it's like, cutscene, yo. I do want to pick up these gold coins. Thanks. Okay, what's going on with the Summit Axe? Nice. Got a non-max warding mod unlocked. Yeah, this random weapon mod unlocks is like... Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing that happened, but it totally is. Excuse me. Hello, Prince Rorik. Okay, time to go open more stuff. But that definitely increases the value of these mods. If they're able to give you that attributes regardless of your attribute or your profession combo. And that definitely makes the... Because it's the Soul Reaping Scythe, right? That definitely makes that one a lot better. It actually makes that quite nice for Warrior. Sword of Paragon. This is one of these missions that really, really sucks to be solo on a martial character. Yeah, I know. I'll pick it up later, but it takes it like a minute to open that door, so. I do like the polished touch of this chain getting slowly and slowly more taut as it gets closer to opening, incidentally. Let me use this box, won't you? There we go. What leadership skills are there? Lead the way. Wonder if that becomes all usable. Anthem of Fury, that's interesting. It makes Signature of Return better, actually, which is a little spicy. Like, not amazing, but a little spicy. Just give me your gold. The flat bow can be obtained automatically at the end of the thing. Oh, I'm not wielding a shield, I'm wielding a thing. Oops. Honeycomb. Honeycomb are nice to pick up because you need them for I'm gonna just set those guys to stand around there for the moment. You need them for the Kieran Thackeray quest line. Probably saves time to do that. Actually, I want these 47 gold coins. Very important. There's a whole area over here, which strikes me as a little ridiculous. I'd love to talk to a developer who worked on missions in Guild Wars 1 and just, like, what was the process like? You know, because a lot of these missions have a bunch of area that, I mean, it's there, but they don't use this space. Oh, Master Saberlin, you have a quest for me? What the heck could this be? Oh, Florian Pin Down. Interesting. I didn't do this one. Interesting. I don't necessarily want Pin Down, but I'll grab this quest for later. For later, I said. There's like... Okay, hang on. Yeah, it does skip right through those, doesn't it? Huh. Well, let's just do Delessia Seaboard. Here's what I'm looking for. Oh, actually, what did I have for... Okay, I do have the wilds, so I'll probably go do the wilds. I want that frosty mod. This I want to investigate later. Got a lot of random stuff in here, but what I don't have, it appears, is honeycombs. Yeah. Being able to get the... Yeah, that makes sense. Being able to get the honeycomb... I was just moving the honeycombs, that's what I said, but being able to get the high energy benefits that way is definitely spicy. Okay, time to go hunt some undead. Why this is maybe a little suboptimal here, but that's okay. There's definitely plenty of undead that leave corpses behind. Drop corpses, I was gonna say. Need to remember I have Antidote Signet when I get Blinding Flashed soon. Is Antidote Signet in Guild Wars 2? If they had a skill that was exactly like this, it would be busted. 4-second recharge, remove 3 conditions plus a bonus condition. Eh, maybe not busted, but it would be very good, I feel. Oh, get back here. Wait, don't I have an Air Magic Elite? I do. I have Lightning Surge. I should be putting Lightning Surge on Vec. I just forgot that I had one. I have something I'd be putting on Jin as well. Just Well of Power. That does not seem like a priority. I'm not doing the bonus here. It's just an absolute pain in the butt. I'm trying to get through this quickly, and I have no need to do the bonus for that, so. I mean, I'll probably save this guy, but... Double the normal Decador emblems. Okay, game, I hear it. Ping, ping, ping. Suddenly, they're out of minions and my damage against them shoots way up. Yeah, I bet. Like, it definitely opens up possibilities for sure. What's interesting is that Soul Reaping is actually very skill light as an attribute line. But like, imagine a paladin type build that uses the Divine Favor mod to get a little bit of additional healing, right? Like, there's definitely a lot of this makes certain types of build concepts better. Spawning power. Are you making minions with that, Ellie? Yeah. That's okay. Hard apple cider. Interesting. Interesting. That's also good to get more of for the same quest that the honeycomb helps with. I mean, the biggest advantage of strength is that there are a bunch of strength skills. Maybe some of them will be vaguely usable at 5 attribute. and be like worth it and stuff. They also made these last longer. Like there's a bunch of consumables like these that they made them last. These now last half an hour. Which, like, I don't like consumables in this game, but you might as, since that cat's already out of the bag, you might as well make them like more efficient by making them last longer. I really keep forgetting that I have antidote signet on my bar. There you go, man. Guy, you're back. Oh, yeah. Okay. Who would be good? Milani, I suppose, can hold down the fort. Milani and Jin, maybe? Milani and Vec, actually. That seems better. It's kind of nice to fly through these earlier missions. Dead bow, as if there was such a thing as an alive bow. Do I have that hotkeyed? Do I have any of these hotkeyed? No. Okay, whatever. Let's just drop Vec off here, and I want to pin Milani, but Milani is on 4, so I have to do... I have to find it here. Isn't there... There's a thing for pins. What are they, though? Oh, it's command. I'm just gonna assign numpads. To these. Okay. Or no, Milani is 4. Yeah, there's a lot that are. Let's copy the template code. Okay, I'm gonna leave those 2 guys there. Template code. Okay, so this is a second win MM. Yeah, so getting spawning power does help that, because it makes your minions tankier. No, they said in the update patch that they permanently updated the duration of a bunch of the consumables. To be half an hour. So like that's one of the things that's interesting about this update is it's doing a bunch of permanent changes, not just stuff for the anniversary event. So it's like the anniversary weaponsmith is basically the only temporary thing. And like the drop tables of like, you know, giving you birthday cupcakes and bottle rockets and stuff, of course. Why is my computer making churning noises? I'm gonna salvage these and the rest of them can be sold. Not quite at the point where these are worth salvaging yet. But yeah, they said that they were making a bunch of those consumables more efficient by making them last half an hour, which I think is a good change. The wilds. So I have a Zaishin quest for the wilds, but I kind of want to save that for later. So let's just go ahead and do Bloodstone Fen, I guess. This is going to take a little while, isn't it? Oh, can't be helped. I don't think they changed alcohol duration. You can check the update page on the wiki, but I don't think they changed any of that. But they do have a bunch that they said that they changed the durations of, so. I'm probably not going to bother doing the bonus on this mission because it sucks. And that's always I can come back to it later. Oh, I forgot to update Vec. You know what? That's also an I'll come back to it later thing. I'm not going to drop out of the mission to do that now. Honestly, these guys have a pretty decent build thing going on with the Whirlwind Aftershock. It's a pretty good combo. That's another thing that actually I really like about this area is the Devourers that have, the Necro Devourers that have weaken the blood, enfeebling blood, and then the stoning on the dudes there, because that lets you obviously do the weakened knockdown combo. Incidentally, when it comes to polymorph related goodness, whoops, I'm trying to move my mouse pad around and it made my mouse move around, and yeah. But because it uses stoning, that can be a pretty good combination as well. If you're on like a necro, to bring that with enfeebling blood. Been doing that some in some of the stuff I've been doing. Otherwise, anyway. Congratulations on your Soul Reaping Sword. That is very cool. Hilt of the Necromancer. Is it max? Is it 5? Soul Reaping 5? I like that they gave us the greens, that way we know what the max is. Man, why do these prophecies things have to be very good? I saw a screenshot of one that was a 4, but that might be pretty rare. Am I even going the right way? I feel like I'm lost. No, it was a gold. I think they only drop on golds. Maybe it was and it was modded on. I don't know. Man, these guys are making me wish I had balanced stance on my bar. Okay, that worked out really well in my favor. This is a touch skill and not a spell, or not an attack skill, so that meant I didn't get knocked down by whirlwind. Ooh, plant fibers. Don't mind if I do. You know, let's chill in this well for a moment. Okay, somebody's gonna need to pick up a new salvage kit when they get to town. That somebody is me. So it sounds like it won't be hard to get a mod of this type, but getting specific ones might be a challenge. Let's see, do I need to take care of these jungle trolls? This is still the... Yeah, this is not a very good axe. I mean, it works, but... Okay, so I'm going to have to go all the way around in order to be able to do that to get there, I guess? I don't know, last time I did this, I was doing the bonus as well, and not the one leading the mission, so I was just kind of tagging along, so... I might be a little disoriented. Navigationally. Do I have crude swing? Hang on. Okay, somebody needs to get some hammer mastery going. That somebody's me. I'm about to have a nice hammer instead of a bad hammer. Hello, Mr. Jack. Good to see you. How are you doing? I am getting proofs of legend. You know, I wonder if this adds value to opening chests as well. I usually ignore chests because I don't consider them worth it monetarily, but being able to potentially get some of the new skins and stuff seems like it could be good. You're playing along with Lara, you finally made a PvE mesmer after 20 years. There you go. Now you too can join the Everything's a Mesmer train. Put your hands together if you want to clap. I don't know why the DK rap is in my head, but here we are. Yeah, I mean, early on, Elementalist magic is so much better than Mesmer for damage. It's not until the armor values start getting up there that it swaps. Okay. Please ignore the notification noise. I may have forgotten to silence my notifications. I don't expect to get more, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm not actually sure on which I want to grab first for this character. I have to look at what some of them are. Frankly, she'd be benefited by any of the anniversary weapons, but I only have so many world regions accessible to me at the moment, so I'll have to make a decision. Because, like, some of the old ones also would be good, right? The, and I kind of want to pick up Arbalist as well on her. The Strength Spear. For those who maybe don't remember. Yeah. We were discussing a lot in the first part of the stream what sort of things that does. Because it definitely opens up a lot of possibilities. Let's give everyone a chance to restore some energy in this well. It's like, I don't think it's like, I don't know that it'll prove to be overpowered, but it adds an interesting new angle to Buildcraft that is like, oh, this is interesting to think about. Oh man, right now, we have a cherry tree in our front yard, and I can see it out my window, and it's very cool. Man, that energy storage axe. Yeah. Well, the thing is, you can get that mod on anything, right? For any main-handed weapon. Okay. You know what? Just ignore those guys. They are not worth the effort. Okay, except these Wind Riders who have decided they want to attack us. But we're talking about, like, you can make a higher energy set that's plus 45 energy or something. Or, no, 57 energy, yeah, because of the focus. I mean, if you go from focus to focus, that doesn't matter, but it's like an additional 45 energy, and it's like, whoa. And how, like, yeah. It's a pretty substantial increase. Obviously, it doesn't work on Ellie, but it also is like Um, uh, just like it opens up some interesting possibilities, things that you can try out, right? And it's like, oh, these might just be good mods to run instead of like fortitude or whatever. If you're just going to use some random standard fortitude thing, maybe one of these is better, which is also really interesting to think about. I do think of Necromancer ones are going to be extremely popular because the energy management gain from that is just enormous. I mean, I want of Necromancer on a monk staff or something. Like, one of the challenges with monk is, like, arguably, the enchanting mod is better a lot of the time, but not always. And being able to, like, weapon swap to one when your energy gets low. Like, could you imagine an of Necromancer high energy set that's like, oh, it gives you a boost of energy and also now you get soul reaping bonus? That could be spicy. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. Beastmaster staff isn't something I really care about. But I know it's something that people do want. Honestly, Beast Mastery bow would probably be pretty interesting too. If you could spec in that instead of marksmanship. But that was used flower. Ah, here's where they are. But like getting the scythe might actually be really cool. This character. It's maybe a little too much farming of these, but we'll see. Finally getting here. 17 minutes in, and I'm finally fighting some White Mantle. I still think that the most interesting thing with the the 15th anniversary, was it 15th anniversary weapons? The gold ones like Arbalest, etc., is the idea of different attribute lines using the same weapon that actually have skills. And that's something that I would have liked to have seen. But I actually could see a strength scythe, or a strength of warrior scythe being pretty cool as well, for maybe some of the like mighty blow or whatever. Yeah. That could be neat. I'll definitely go look at those weapons again once I get I'm done with this. I know, right? I'd be very curious to know how this was affecting the concurrence. Okay. You're using Iway, and I can tell because of your regen, and I'm still waiting for everyone to catch up with me. Now you're gonna go down. Definitely makes me want to get more strength elites. I don't know why I'm fighting this guy who's Outrider's defense is up, but yeah, I went to Great Northern Wall earlier and it was like, wow, that's full. I mean, that definitely feels like it's probably up. I'm happy for the game. That's for sure. Yay. Mission finished. Okay, now I have 5. Do I have... No, I don't have Dervish unlocked yet. That makes sense. Okay, I will worry about that later. I need... Embark Beach. Okay, I'm gonna need a Southern... River Peaks. Hang on. Oh my goodness, this is the stacks of players around here. Okay, this is gonna be all wonky for a moment. There we go. I wanted to save a screenshot. Okay, so looking at these again, I definitely think this bow is a little underwhelming. Although, this bow might enable the use of flail, which would actually be spicy as all get out. You know what? That's actually something that's really interesting to think about, is if this bow becomes good because of being able to access flail. This definitely... Dragon's Restraint. I wonder if this is good on Warrior as well. By making this cheaper. That'll be interesting to find out. This is the one that I want right now. This spear is also really interesting to me, though. Man, the problem is I want, like, several different things here. These are all really interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna grab... Soul's Repentance now, I guess. Why do I have this in here? Okay, so just for the sake of... Yeah, it just adds Soul Reaping on. Wow. That's crazy good. Like, it's hard to emphasize just how... Yeah, but like the thing is, if you do flail barrage, that might actually be worth it. Yeah. So like unlocking dervish stuff has suddenly become a bit of a priority on this character. Right. I remembered. Oh, I also have chain lightning. Okay, there might have been a few options for making Vec a little bit better. I think Melania is probably in a fine spot, though. I'm okay with Elias's build at the moment. Okay. We're gonna interrupt this regularly scheduled stream for inventory management. There's nothing that's been regularly scheduled about these streams. I don't know why I said that, but... Icy Axe mod. Okay. I probably want to get the Icy Axe mod out of here then. It's like I want the Icy mod off of this. Oh, those are prefixes. So it's hilt. It says pommel. It's a pommel of... But yeah, like I can imagine barrage flail being good. Let's see, what is this? Pirebound. The sad thing is that's actually worth more out of the armor than it is in it, even though I don't think it's going to be worth anything. Okay, I definitely need more of those. Merchant. I need more the kits. Yeah, that's worth a little bit more gold though. The rest of those aren't worth it, in my opinion. Okay, where is... I want to see what rare material values are looking like right now. Yeah, Ecto's down a little bit. A lot of these are pretty standard, I feel like. Hobby shards. Little worthless spiritwood planks. Yeah, these have definitely been higher at times. Iron is in the toilet right now. I feel like I usually think of iron as being worth a bit more than that, just because so many things use it, but... Bones are up. That's interesting. I don't think this account is really in a position where it wants to be selling excess materials at the moment, because it needs them for crafting armors and stuff, but... is there a rune trader around here somewhere? Where are they? There we are. There we are. Let's go. Oh. Yeah, okay, that was worth. Improved sale value. Most of these are not worth identifying, but... Actually, that hand axe might go up a little bit. 37 to 50. Yeah, that's a nice increase. Okay, you know what? These might all be worth potentially identifying. Go back in the footage and figure out how much gold I just gained from identifying everything. All right. Back to Tyria. Okay, so I've done this Northern Shiver Peaks, Maguma, Kryta. I have the Ring of Fire Islands. I have the Crystal Desert, but I'm just going to do Agri Rock for that one, obviously. I have the Southern Shiver Peaks. I go do bonus on Iron Mines. Yeah, 4 to 5. That's kind of what I figured. Okay, let's go to Iron Mines at Mullidoon. I want to add in Talcora, who should be a prot. Okay, she's Boon prot, but that's prot. And Gwen, because Gwen's a mesmer, and therefore good. Do I want Mark Protection? Honestly, it's probably better here than Prot Spirit, right? Mark Protection could be a good skill, but it would require them to... I think, so if I were editing this game, I'd probably change Mark Protection to have a 1/4 second activation time, about a 3 second duration, and like a 12 second recharge, and not disable all of your protection pairs for 5 seconds. That is what I would do with that. Although, during that clause, does make deny hexes undeniably... No, that's for each recharging Divine Favor skill you have. Never mind. That would be really funny, though. Okay. Is there anything else that I want to do before I go in here? I don't think so. I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine like this. Actually, I might be able to get Devastating Hammer. Do I have that? No. Do I have Signal of Capture? No. I can go to my guild hall and get one. I'm gonna go pick up several, actually. Man, I have so little money on this account. Oh, Scavenger Strike is pretty sweet. I'm not going to worry about that right now, though. Okay. I can go there. I have Symbolic Strike. That's not good enough right now, but that is a spicy skill. Let's see. It'd be nice to make these Thunder Fist Brass Knuckles have critical strikes on it. That'd be pretty cool. I want to get Brains over Brawn for them, but that's long-term thinking. Yeah, that has a Furious mod on it, which is pretty good. It's got an Ebon mod on it. I don't know why I'm holding this. Are they Gwen's weapons or something? How bizarre. Okay, we're not going to worry about such choices that I made at some point in time. Yeah, let's enter a mission. I'm hoping to capture Devastating Hammer here off of Karen. We'll see if that happens. It's not a big priority one way or the other. But it seemed better on Shield Stance, so... Should be able to slip through here. Yeah. Take the alternate route through that has us fighting a bunch of Mersat stuff. Spectral Agony is weird in that in this game it is significantly worse without infusion than it is in Guild Wars 2, generally speaking. But with infusion, it's way weaker. Hey, random elementalist. Hey, salty grease. So there's these weapons. Notice that this gives me... So if I equip this scythe, I now have 5 soul reaping. Just gains 5 soul reaping. And that's a new suffix mod that they've added for all weapon types, is of profession. That gives you primary attribute set to 5, maybe 4 if you get a bad one, of that profession. So we've been spending this stream talking about what sort of build possibilities this opens up. Yeah. Yeah. So there are like anniversary greens with specific skins that have specific layouts. Like that scythe is vampiric and it's a vampiric scythe of the necromancer, technically. But they have them for... They have a bunch of different ones. Like there's a critical strike spear. There's an energy storage mesmer staff, I think. So yeah, there's a bunch of different ones. Seems pretty good. Leadership hammer. But you can just get the suffix, and it's a permanently added suffix to the game. So there's a bunch of like permanently added drops and stuff as well, just like skins that were on special promos things or whatever as well. And it sounds like maybe just promo weapons as drops. Stuff's pretty interesting. And new quests for getting mini pets. So you might have heard about some of that stuff already. But that new weapon suffix, like the main time limited thing, is those greens that have set 5 primary attribute. So everything else it sounds like permanent additions rather than temporary for the event. It's been fun talking about like, oh, what could this potentially be? What could these be used for? Yeah. Definitely worth checking out. There's also a bunch of sales going on right now in the Guild Wars store, including on things like storage panes. So that's worth checking out. So yeah, there's a bunch of things to look into. Could we not get the warrior cairn? Oh, maybe we still will. See, yeah. Didn't think there was anything in range, but... You. Actually, yeah, taking this Ellie out is more important than taking out that boss. Portal Cora. Frankly, I'm glad I gave her Mark Protection instead of Prosperity. Yep. But there's like a quest for turning in a Prophecy's hard mode book, for example, or like completing the underworld, probably in hard mode. Just like, oh, if you can get some special miniatures this way, sort of thing. Man, Aura of the Lich is such a good skill. It's a shame that I do not have that on that character. Wish I could program the AI to prioritize different things, but whatever. I mean, the Wells of Power are nice, don't get me wrong. They're just... They don't feel as critical as minions. Okay, I'm gonna clear out this area a little bit. And then... Then I will go grab Zebonis. Which is sort of what I'm here for. Divine Intervention, you say? Okay, take out these bows. Man, Whirling Defense Oathshot is a really annoying combo. Oh well, that's okay. Okay, Helios the Dutiful. Victory token. Well, I guess I did win, but 37 skill points. Yeah, I don't feel like I would tend to expect anything good from birthday gifts either most of the time. You kind of have to like get greens, maybe some golds, right? I guess some of the 7th year ones are good. Okay, now I'm finding myself wondering if I should be capturing... I don't know where you think you're going, Inquisitor. Okay, take care, Mr. Jack. Have a good sleep. Thanks for dropping by. I do appreciate it. Heck yeah, bonus. Oh, yeah, these guys have been stealing our energy. It's very rude of you, you know. This is another interesting question. Are there any anniversary weapons that it makes sense to want of the on? Like it's leadership daggers. Leadership daggers of the necromancer could be decent. I have not gotten a whole lot of drops here, have I? Huh. That's fine. Also, if anybody has been like subbing or things, I think my notifications might be broken, and I have not at all looked into trying to fix them, so that's why there wouldn't be anything popping up. Although it should say in the chat, so. Huzzah. I'm glad there are weapons there that are exciting to you. Kratos. Is Kratos the foul? Mesmer or... Isn't that the Ellie? The Glacial Blade Daggers is probably the one that I'd be most excited about of like the new weapons they've added as well. Let's see what Kratos is. Yeah, that's an elementalist. Well, I seem to have aggroed some white mantle, so here we are. Chocolate bunny. Maybe I do pick up Barrage. Barrage works okay on a Zealous bow. But I'm gonna get it on Ranger anyway. The Zealous Ranger bow, 4 energy per shot. Doesn't quite sound doable, if I'm being honest. I should save these sequences of capture for warrior elites anyway. Even if a ranger one's in sight, if it's not one that I'd use on this character, it's not worth grabbing. He exploded on me. It's a lot of nonsense. Yep. They can. Pretty exciting. Okay, that guy had just been to the confectionaries. That was funny. Also, welcome Ward Against Kids. Yeah. We've been... Okay, good. One did spawn. Excellent. We've been talking about that too, of like what would potentially be good. I could see a like a paladin type build that uses the divine favor, or uses divine favor thing with the soul reaping as a broken attribute. With the PvE only skill and stacking stuff. Okay, you know what? I need to ignore that guy for now. He's just super tanky, and these guys need to go down. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a meta shift towards away from 40/40 to necromancer wands for mesmer heroes. At least I'm keeping things weakened. Yeah, that's also true. Okay, this has been a little silly. I mean, we'll be able to resurrect people soon, just... I'm happy to not have people getting resurrected with literal resurrect, because it's such a bad skill. Yeah, that's the thing that's interesting to think about, is how does that change things if people are able to use soul reaping wands to help manage the energy for their mesmers in this like standard build. Oh, right. But yeah, BIP is just so good that it's hard to argue against using it. But if suddenly everybody has 5 soul reaping, does that reduce the need for it? And that's something that's going to be really interesting to find out. Depending upon how hard it is to set that up and everything, but... But being able to move more of your energy management to your weapon, especially for casters, because physical attackers have been able to do that with Zealous for ages, but it's definitely, like, it's an intriguing what that might do. All right, Marcus. Time to take you out. And apparently this white metal knight that was hanging out next to you. All right. Oh, Shiver Peak's one region. Yeah, it probably is. So that was unnecessary for getting the thing. Oh well, that's okay. Happy to pick up that anyway. Oh, I do have Mage Hunter's Strike. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna go slash monk. I'd be happy to pick up Shield of Deflection, so. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, that's one of the things I was thinking about is like, Fortitude is just such the default. I guess I use this then, mod, that being freed of that is actually kind of spicy. Let's grab 2 Signets of Capture. Unfortunately, I had to drop that, but that's okay. I could bring Fear Me. You know, I think I might go with Soldier Strike, because I'm tired of being blocked all the time. Okay, I'm gonna go hit up Ring of Fire. Okay, so there's what, 5 regions here? Ascalon, Shiver Peaks, Kryta, Maguma, there and there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's 6. But then there's 4 up here. Whatever, I'm gonna go do Ring of Fire, which I haven't done yet on this character, which is good for me to go do then. Okay, but these are good enough that it's... Okay. Master's Attunement. I'm gonna have to see if Attunement's worth something. Hang on. It's really nice to be freed from Fortitude just being the default mod. Frankly. It's like, it's a new era. It really is a new era in the game, and that's really exciting. Okay, so the first one of those Aeromancers, which is not going to be worth anything, yeah, is Attunement. It's worth a little bit. It's worth salvaging that off, probably. Okay, it's maybe not worth a whole lot. That's maybe not worth. It's very borderline. I kind of want expert salvage those. Where am I keeping these eggs? Over here. I can regular salvage this from a SOT token though. But I kind of want to expert salvage a bunch of these. For chances at better crafting materials. Let's see, that's 158. Because I'm okay with getting more cloth, but yeah, being able to get like linen and like iron is good, but the chances for steel and those sorts of things they're going to be important of getting those. that class of materials. So, okay. So, I'm not expecting. Let's see, warrior should just be the same. Oh no, backbreaker's here. Backbreaker's here. Yeah, there's like a couple of different skills that I'm... Because I'd like to get Shield of Deflection. And the other one. Okay, do I just bring 3 Signals of Capture and just full Signet of Capture this bad boy? I know I'm like looking to get a bunch of monk skills, but it's like I kind of like having the paladin theme. Yeah, let's just do this. This might go very poorly. We'll find out. You can go Bruckner Iron Hammer. You can't save him, by the way. He just like despawns or something. I'm probably... So I'm going to go do Augury Rock after I finish this mission. And then I'm going to probably go... I want to advance in Nightfall, I think. So I'm probably going to go do stuff there. I wonder if minions are bad here. Okay, this Ellie's almost dead though, so we should just finish them off. If everyone could fight in that well of power, that would be pretty spectacular. So I'm gonna go... Well, never mind. It just ran out. Okay, well, let's just... If everyone could chillax over here for a moment, that would be pretty good. Okay, well, ran out, so let's go this way. Get out of here, Ether Seal. All right. Yeah, backbreaker soon. If I don't see... I don't know. I actually kind of prefer going in the front gate a lot of the time. So I'm going to have to think about how I want to approach things if the boss that I'm... if the Shield of Deflection boss is there or not. Because there's like 3 different spawn locations for the Windrider bosses. Migraine, Shield of Deflection, Ether Prodigy are the skills. How usable is Ether Prodigy on 5 energy storage? That's another really interesting question. Because there's a lot of skills that are like, if you could get any benefit from this, it would actually be kind of decent. But because you can't, that now maybe you can. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to like spend some time looking through primary attribute skills. And just like look at the values and stuff. Because I have a sneaking suspicion there's going to be some sleepers in there where it's like, oh, this actually is pretty usable at 5. Right. Let's grab Backbreaker. Spike Trap also found here, incidentally. Man, I keep sliding my mouse pad backwards, and I'm not thrilled about that. Good swap to my hammer and Backbreaker this fool. It's a little clunky though. Weapon swapping, technically a thing you can do in this game. Not anywhere near as efficiently or easily as you can in the sequel though. Get back here. Are there any weapons that I especially want? On my other characters. I do like the monk staff. The standard decade one. I could see wanting to pick that up if I haven't already. For my monk, and I may have picked it up already on my monk. That's why I said that way. Okay. Get out here and give us a chance to heal before I venture forth. Yeah, that one's definitely viable. Or that sort of duration. Probably just merchant that. Can this expert salvage to... I don't know. A barbed feathered longbow of shelter. Okay, well, that's enough time recovering. I moved where that was and then I got confused. Okay, Maida, let's get you down. Just want us to chill over here in this well for a moment. The well wore off, so it's time to move. Okay. Cutscene. I think it's Grun that I want here. It's Jith Spray Burst. I think Jith is the Ellie. Huzzah. I am correct. The random trivia locked in my brain. To know that Jith Spray Burst is the Elementalist boss. I mean, I wouldn't be able to have come up with that, but, like, I recognize it. It's just like, okay. That being the case, and Shield of Deflection is the one that I really want, I'm probably going to go around the long way. Man, I really want a Divine Favor, or a Hammer of the Monk now. I do want to open the front door, I think. I'm not, like, going to go through it. I don't know. Probably going to go around, but... So I do want to go get Shield of Deflection. I'd like to both have it unlocked for my monks and to have it available on this character. And this is a spot you go capture it, so. I didn't get the early spawn, that means I need to go for the late one. Okay, you know what, we're backing up. We're backing up. This is the waiting game now, where we have to stand around waiting for people to become less dead. Melania's all the way over there, though. Yeah, we're gonna wait here a little bit longer. Lava spitters. That area is nasty. It's less nasty than it used to be, but it's still pretty nasty. Yeah, trying to res Melania right now is a bad idea. Signet works, but the other methods do not. It's ironic, but the best version of warrior weapons would be strength ones. this Ellie is probably more important to get down than the other two. Okay, now we can go bask in a few seconds of additional regen from Dunkoro's corpse. Okay, given how challenging this side was, okay, Coventina the Matron. I'm going to open this door and then we might drag Coventina out in order to be able to get her stuff. Man, I could really go for a longbow on this character, but... The other thing that's really interesting to think about is, are the setting ones at all good if you have that primary profession, but you don't want to spec points into it? Okay, I'm going to flag my dudes down here. I pick up a random bow. Yes. Well, okay, we got these other guys. Let's at least clear this riffraff out. This account, I'm actually working on unlocking all skills as kind of like the long-term objective. This was a new account that I made a couple years ago. Year and a half ago, something like that. So unlocking all skills is kind of like the long-term goal for it. Just like doing it from fresh, not taking anything from my main account. But long-term, it'll just be another account that I have. But yeah, that's kind of the current objective. Okay, everyone, you can come help me fight this thing. That would be great. Okay, let's pull back a little bit. Oh my goodness, that was an absurd amount of lost energy. Okay, cool. I actually quite like Aura of Faith regardless. Because it's a nice healing / defense skill. I'm glad to see her early. I do think I'm going to... And unlocking Aura of Faith. Aura of Faith is a much, much better skill for Talcor's build than Marker Protection is. Marker Protection is not a very good skill. Like, it's a very strong effect, but it's not a very good skill because its specs are so bad. Now I can just even do that on myself real quickly and it's, like, helpful. But I'm going to go around because I want to go get Shield of Deflection and go in the back door. This route is terrible. These lava spitters are no joke, but we're going to be in this mission for a while yet. Right about now, I'm really regretting bringing Soldier Strike instead of Wild Strike, by the way. Can I just... Yeah, whatever. We'll go around. It'll be fine. I'm looking for grunt at the moment. I don't remember. There's like another 2 spawn locations for them out here, but I just don't remember where they are offhand. Okay, I mean, this only reduces damage by 5%, but it doesn't boost healing if somebody's getting low. Okay, and I don't have to go down into there, I don't think. Some of this is a spot where you come to if you're trying to capture incendiary arrows, and you have to look for Cassius. But I don't need to worry about that nonsense, at least. Oh my goodness, everybody is blocking. These spiders suck. Speaking of spiders, anybody else a fan of So I'm a Spider, So What? I've just finished recently reading through all of the light novels, and I quite like it. Oh my goodness. I did not realize how much over aggro I was getting myself into. Hang on. There's a time for tactical retreats, and that time is probably now. Up here, please. Okay, whatever. I will... try to take care of these. Sit down, please. Strider's defenses is really rude. Oh my goodness, this is... My damage alone is... I'm not using my skills very well, so... Okay, go back there. This was potentially a mistake. This back route, I'm serious, is worse than the front route. It's just so bad. Okay. We've got a couple of spiders that are corpse camping me. Marker protection is not... That's not the right time for that, Talcora, but I appreciate the sentiment. I'm just going to wait for their energy to recover. But I need to make sure I keep Gwen alive and Talcora alive at minimum. Okay. They have managed to resurrect most of my party while I was hyper-focused on killing a spider. So that's the good news. Okay. Okay. And everyone's up. Let's back up and recover our energy. Like, these spiders are so dangerous that I seriously think the front door is probably an easier route to take. which is just wild, but... Okay, looks like our energy stores are okay. Yeah, it's shocking how much easier it becomes when you have your full party, but it's like this is a team game or something. Okay, I don't want to stick around in Spider Patrol territory. More lava spitters. The thing is, like, the lava spitters are awful, but so are the imps that are coming up. I just hope that these guys wear off our... like, are able to help wear off some of our death penalty, too. That would be nice. I am looking forward to the build glow up that Talcor is about to get, though. Win or lose, Aura of Faith is so much better than Mark of Protection. Oh man, those lava imps I also have to be super careful of because they're just so dangerous. Okay. Lava imp, lava imp, lava imp ho. There's so many of them. And they're all very dangerous. Okay, Pit Spit Spew is not the one I want. I want Grun. Pit is got to be the migraine one. Yeah, see, these guys have friggin' Meteor Shower. Can't ignore that nonsense. That is why you can't ignore that nonsense. Oh my goodness. This back route is just so ridiculous. Okay, Gwen is a good raise. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with the resurrection decisions they're making. Oh, man. Okay, now we need to recover our energy. Yeah, she's got a good close range build, but not... I need more interrupts on Gwen. Gwen has a pretty suboptimal bar. Okay, I can sneak in here and grab... Pull back. Man, just trying to like flag everybody apart a little bit to mitigate some of the AoEs. These lava imps are like sparks of the Titans, and that you just cannot underestimate them. They are extremely dangerous. I'm making sure my backline's not falling under a meteor shower. Dang it, did not need another one showing up. I need them to stop wasting time on Resurrect. How close to dead is that lava imp? Not particularly. That one's pretty close, though. Better mind burn than standing in a meteor shower. And they have both monks. Okay. Man, this is turning into a terrifying RTS. Lonnie's super fragile. Like I said, this back route is just like seriously bad news. I kind of want to take these guys down just for the morale boost because I'd like to get the Signet capture back. And I sincerely think these guys are going to be easier than basically everything else we've been fighting, so. Like I said, the migraine boss over there. But I also just want the morale boost to cut down on death penalty. Okay. Now we just have to journey through the lava. With the lava imps around. You know, no big deal. Coming in here was such a bad idea. Been in this map for half an hour. Just hope Grun spawned a little bit further in. This area is apparently also still lava, so I shouldn't hang around too long. Yep, there's Grun Gale Surge. That's the boss that I came in here for. Well, the good news is, once we kill Grun, I'll be able to erase all of my death penalty. Yeah, please get up here. And if everybody could stand in this well and recover their energy, that would be superb. Okay. Breeze Keepers are fairly easy compared to everything else. This is another reasonable elite skill option for Talcora, which is also nice. Actually, because Grunt is fairly non-dangerous, I'd rather everyone come up here. Shields of Deflection. Woo. I like Shield of Deflection. I think this is a really cool skill. Has a really neat cast animation. I like it better on Paragon than on like Warrior, but I still think it's fine on Warrior. And also, that gave me so much experience points that I no longer have any death penalty, so that's nice for me. Jin somehow is at a morale boost, and I'm not sure how that's working. Literally being kept alive by To the Limit. Okay, okay. I think we managed to not have anyone die in that fight, which is pretty cool. I am still not sure how, like, anybody has... I guess these are people that I managed to generally keep alive, so... That's pretty good. Okay. Oh, that's a spicy conflict. See what's going on over there as lava imps are fighting an ether seal. These phantoms are going to be annoying. I don't think they're super dangerous, but they use Signet of Midnight, which mutually blinds you. Okay, so the Ether Seal and Melik the Virtuous won. I can't say I'm terribly surprised by that outcome. I don't know. Let's just... We need to take this thing down as quickly as we can. Lonnie finally goes down. That doesn't surprise me. This mission would have been so much easier if I'd brought Wild Blow instead of friggin' Soldier Strike, but here we are. Okay, now we can take out this Mersat boss. Yeah, that back door is just not gentle at all. It's such a brutal path. I find it amusing that backbreaker is at all reasonable to use. I mean, it's just because I have enough strength for the long knockdown, which is why they gave it the strength requirement in the first place, because assassins were using it. Good old-fashioned 4 elite build. I have no idea, because hitting print screen for me, like, freezes the image. And I have no idea if it's doing that on the stream as well. But if you see a little, like, hiccup at certain moments, that could be the reason why. Then we have all of these guys to fight our way through. Yay! Yeah, I really like the idea of monk stuff for on warrior for more of paladin type builds. Seems really spicy. Okay, I want to take out these guys. They seem like they're bad news. Because the thing is, like, you can also use Divine Strike, right, with that. So. Which is an AoE attack. Oh, seems pretty good. My inventory is full. Okay, I'm going to need to do some inventory cleanup, obviously, once I finish taking this down then. It's full of just random stuff, apparently. I need to make sure I have an inventory spot open, though. For getting the thing, so I should probably avoid picking up too much in the way of additional loot. Karen the Smug, you say? Don't know what you're trying to wild blow. It is on automatic critical hit, so it's not like it's not more damage or something, but... I'm just going to regular salvage that. Okay, you know what? I'm going to sparkle because it's fun. And champagne popper because it's fun. 'Cause why not? I think I max out party on my main account anyway. Like, you definitely, like, once you've opened up that area, cleared out the Mersat there, and then run past and then come back for these, it's not that bad. And it seriously is so much less dangerous than the back route. The back route is just such a bad idea. Ha! I interrupted Chain Lightning with Backbreaker and my ridiculous weapon swap. Hey, Eidolon. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything else that I would infuse weapon equipment-wise. Yeah, I don't. That's fine. Honestly, at this point, I just want to turn this bonus in just to get the 1,000 experience points for everyone and decrease our death penalty. And, you know, because I, like, grabbed it and stuff, but... Oh, man. I am happy about the fact that I get to upgrade Talcora, though. That's pretty spicy. Pretty exciting. I wonder if the Divine Favor mod, like how much that improves Necro healers, Necro monks as healers over Ritualist. Because part of the NRT deal is that you have some really efficient healing spells that are designed around not having Divine Favor, but if you're able to get an additional 16 healing out of Divine Favor, I wonder how that affects that math. Because that's something that's really interesting to me to think about as well. Spawning power mods, of course, though, do make weapon spells better too, which is interesting to think about. I wish I had another hat to infuse, but I just have this axe hat. Man, remember like half an hour ago when I captured that? Boy. But turning this in and getting the bonus should, as far as I know, erase a bunch of the death penalty on my heroes, so... I mean, we're basically at the end of the mission at this point, but... I have no more armor. You have no more armor I can infuse. You are now on even footing with Mersat. Yeah, that erased a good chunk of death penalty from all of them. Destroy a large concentration of towers, and the Eidolon will come looking for more arcane energy. When it rises, it will be vulnerable. May the luck of your gods be with you. I wonder if the Seers have gods. Question for Husgarn, I suppose. I don't think that'll come up. For some reason, but... Wonder if any of these Seers from... that we see... first of all, I don't know if it's one Seer that we see in these various areas of prophecies, or if it's multiple. But I wonder if they're still around, because I don't think that's Husgarn. I don't think that's supposed to be anyway. I don't know if Guild Wars 2 lore is ever going to get into that or not. I do like that Wilds of Janthier, the Mistborn Wilds, has the Mersat obsidian. I would have called it... I keep mentally wanting to call it Jade because they're Jade constructs, but it's Mersat obsidian. I am really glad that that's part of it. Man, it is amazing that I think I'm going to finish this mission given all the close calls that I had. And then I'm doing so... I mean, I erased my death penalty with Signet of Capture, but... like, Dunkoro's at a morale boost now, too. That's not nothing. Okay, Karen the Troubling. This lasts, like, a good bit longer if you actually have some points in that attribute, but I don't. I do think I have all of my attribute points, though, yeah. It's a 10, 12, 8. Yeah, so I have all of my attribute points. Pretty sure I had done that. How much more am I going to do today? That's a good question. I need to remember to not pick stuff up. That's not just gold drops at this point. I need to keep a spot open for the mission completion item. Odalin the Displeased. Okay. I don't need to hurriedly collect any of his drops. It's actually really fun, just knocking him down like that. It's backbreaker. Okay. Oh, yeah. Shiro's really easy to take out, for sure. Okay. Okay, let's drop off a bajillion random items. This event is neat and all, but it really, really does give you a bunch of loot that clogs up your inventory. Minor protection prayers. That's actually probably pretty useful, which reminds me. Talcora. Which would I rather run? Shield of Deflection is a 9-second duration. It's basically an upgraded Guardian. Aura of Faith. Let's run Aura of Faith for now. I like both, but... Egg. Okay, and half my bar practically vanishes. I'm just gonna drop that off in there for now. Okay, these can be merchanted. Frobos. Okay. Leave my party because I'm going to... Oh, good. I have a bunch of extra stacks of stuff. I'm going to go to Augury Rock. Roll an attack. Rather than sprint, I'm going to put Frenzy on. And then... Cleave. Just put Antidote Signet on while I'm thinking about it. I'm and for no good reason, significant capture. Okay. Okay, take care, Salty Grease. Right, because I don't have sprint. I do have to do this walk, but I don't want him turning Frenzy off, so... I don't know if the AI is smart enough to stance cancel, but... best to avoid that happening in the first place. I think I'll want the daggers and the spear on this character. Yeah, making the doppelganger use frenzy is the easiest way of cheesing it. All right. Yay. I had an extra proof of legend that was sitting around in my bank, if anybody was wondering. Okay, 2 Commodon. And Chawbeck Village. Nice quick one for Easton. Donkoro, Koss. Surely there's an elite I can give Koss. I'll have to look. And Vec. Yeah, I can definitely give him something. Let's get rid of remove Hex. Vengeance is fine. He can keep his vengeful ways, but... okay, so don't really look at strength elites. That's fine. Welcome, Vim. Little victories meant. Wow, lots of people are streaming around here just doing this one. I should go to Perdition Rock and capture Charge, but... Charge would be much, much better to give this cost build than Vim. Also would be more immediately useful in this particular mission, but whatever. Chawbeck Village is just the I need a quick one to do one, isn't it? Hmm. He's using an FDS, apparently. Not having access to the Glacial Blade on slash bonus is kind of annoying. I have, like... I do have that on my main account. I'm just... absolutely... wreck a guy. 173 damage. Yep, seems about right. You know what? You guys go over there. I'm gonna take care of this malarkey. I realized I could use flags to make this more efficient. You're about to relive the events as they occurred in Easton prior to your arrival in Ilona. Am I now? Okay. Well, that was quick and easy. Yay, another proof of legend. I'm not sure if consulate, which one consulate docks counts as being in. That's kind of all the further actually I can go here, unless consulate docks counts as Cornyn. No, I don't need the 3rd anniversary. I just need the anniversary celebration. Yes. Okay, I need the proof of legend. Yeah, I unfortunately wasted time doing Iron Mines of Mullidoon, not realizing that Frostgate counted. This is one area. Okay, Consulate Docks apparently does count for Corna. So I'm going to go do Consulate Docks. So that should be quick and easy. I don't know if there's anything that I want to... Okay. There would be things that I might consider wanting... No, I already captured basically anything relevant there, I think. Yeah, because Mage Hunter Strike is from there as well. Okay, cool. Are there any other PvE only? Oh, I just realized... Yeah, there's nothing to fear. It gets a big boost from being able to do / leadership skills. Well, not a big boost, but it gets a little bit of a boost. That's actually kind of interesting to think about. Let's just bring Wild Blow. Costs. I don't really want you here. Gwen, Elias, and Talcora. And Jin. Yeah, this is a big boost. I like having that there. And I don't have very many Mesmer Elites. Do I have... This is all probably fine. Okay. I should arguably take care of these items. Did I have literally just 1 gold on me? Hang on. Yeah, if you have 1 gold, it says... Wow, I had literally 1 gold on me. If you have 1 gold on you, it doesn't bring up the dialogue when you hit deposit funds because you can literally only deposit all of your funds. That is fascinating. Man, these bowmen are annoying. I haven't gotten any gold drops yet. Which is a little disappointing. Yeah, we'll see. I might get something cool. I'd like it to get a better axe, but these guys are aptly demonstrating why I brought Wild Blow. And stand your ground is a really nice defensive skill. Got your drink. Okay. Apparently sugary blue drinks are just standard issue in the Cornyn military. Judging by the number of enemies that have been holding them, dropping them. Signet of Humility, I see. I like that they reuse this for the Pokken Passage mission, but make it feel just very different. Oh, right. I need to go actually talk to Narishi. Man, Scavenger's Focus. What an awkward skill, as I recall. I think I just got 12 cloth from that, which is fine. Corn pendants are a good source of iron. Let's take out this guy as well, so we can advance our line a little bit. Right, they're using the eats that increases your adrenaline gain. Don't know that that's necessarily the best move, but I mean, it does improve the output of certain professions, but yeah, we can be using those just as well. Some... Ooh. Got a gold. Not 100% what I was looking for, but I am happy to get one. Wonder if we'll unlock anything exciting. Hope those steel daggers contain steel. Be a bit awkwardly named if they don't. They do! A whole steel ingot. Okay, what do we got going on here? This is actually not bad. Not amazing, but not bad. Captain One Day is by far the most dangerous of the dudes here. Has them boss buffed magic. That hits so friggin' hard. Yeah. I'll let you figure it out. And the line is kind of breaking here. Well, the casters are handling it. I certainly don't feel like I am. Yeah, I need one more after this to get a thing. I might go... to, Cantha next, actually. I want to unlock Dervish and grab some Dervish stuff, but... I'm definitely not going to get as many anniversary weapons this anniversary as I would ideally want. In part because I've just been slacking, and so most of my characters are not far enough through the game to be able to do a bunch of missions to get stuff. Oh, whatever. I can pick up that pendant later. I did not mean to hit print screen there, but I did. I meant to hit F9. Okay, I need one more, you say. What is my... And hero shall lead them. Hang on, how much... There's the Shunlight chest. This area is a lot livelier in the sequel. Okay. That's a lot of inventory management I need to do. Okay. I might have access to it. Not yet. Okay. Something spawns people there, and I forget which quest it is. I need to talk to Koss, though. Because if I can get the NPC there to spawn, that would be nice. Over a talk of capture sun spears in North Lundy Bay, or just will meet us in the Venta Cemetery. Yeah. I'm going to want to go there regardless. I want to grab these quests. The ones from Dunkoro are probably more meaningfully relevant. Prisoners of War. Yeah, Sunward Marches. Okay. Let's go do that. Something unlocks the profession change NPC, so I kind of want to be doing that. Burrow does make some armor that I like. But I'm not worried about getting armor sets on this character or on this account just yet, other than you've gotten yourself to actual good quantities of armor. Like max armor, I mean, by that. Mandragore. Mandragore are the enemies of all living things, by which I mean they're really annoying. I kind of want to be able to avoid that group over there. I think I should be able to if I sneak along here. I'm definitely not getting far enough to get to Vabi today. That is for certain. I think then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to unlock these change professions. I'm going to want to try to stream a lot more during this anniversary event in particular. I don't really know what that's going to look like. But I want to get at least some of the anniversary stuff on various characters, so I mean, it probably means there's a lot of, like, seeing the similar sorts of missions over and over, but I have the Nightfalls book, right? Yeah. It just says Constant Dachshund so far, because that's all I've done. I saw this, I'm like, Icy Soulbreaker, and I was like, no, that's not the Icy Soulbreaker, that's the new Newfangled Soulbreaker. Okay, so I just need to see Lonai for my reward. I don't have to escort them anywhere, so that's nice and easy. But if this could set me access to dervish skills, I will want to spend some time jumping around to pick some up. Because I would like to be able to use Scythe. Thank you. The repair not broken. The back of Sun Super Sanctuary is near Catholic command posts where you can meet. It also links to underground passages. I mean, yeah, I'll take that quest for sure. Why not? I still don't know what Zed is thinking. Just waltzing in here. Deeply optimistic. Okay. Yes, this is what I thought. I'm going to unlock Paragon. And I'm going to unlock Dervish. Ooh, 10 hero skill points. Never rampage alone is good. I'm going to grab There's Nothing to Fear. Attacker's Insight is kind of spicy. Rending Touch is actually really nice, also if you have the right stuff. Do like a bunch of those, but not enough to want them on this character. Warrior skills. Do I... Let me see how I get Thrill of Victory. Okay, it is not gotten other ways. So Thrill of Victory being a good skill, I'm going to grab it now. Paragon. That's what I was wanting. Remedy Signet is good to have. I'll pick up Merciless Spear. I think that's probably good for the moment. Are there any assassin skills that I'd want from here? Black Spider Strike is nice, but not really what I'm looking for here. So none of those. And for 1 second for each rank of critical strikes. That could last 9. Critical agility is starting to look kind of usable, actually. I'm gonna grab critical agility. Never Rampage alone is good if I have a pet. The energy is a bit tough, but okay, that's good for now. Skilled trainer, yeah. Okay, so they gave me those ones for free. A lot of them do want you to lose nervous enchantments. I'm going to buy that one. I wonder what the duration of Heart of Fury is at 5. Mysticism. Okay. I'm going to actually go to Eye of the North now, because I want to look up skills here. For scythe attacks. I definitely am going to want to craft a strength helmet as well, but that's a later consideration.
Report in.
I'm reporting in right now. Crippling Victory would be good. Knee Cutter also a good one to pick up at some point, but that's not an immediate concern. Okay. So right now I'm not really set up, but I can go get set up. So let's hit up Drox. Make myself a new hat. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna want to do with that. Well, that didn't salvage very well. Okay. Do I want to... What do I want to do with this shield? It's like... Is it better than my current shield? It's not Reckoning Tactics. This is a strength shield. 12 is kind of high. I mean, this is not bad for that. I'm going to drop this staff head off. Let's take this over here. I don't know why I have this longbow. Like, it's kind of... actually, it's not bad to have on hand for various purposes. Jade bracelets I can drop off. I don't think I need these. I'm gonna get rid of these. I think I have them from Gwen and I don't need them. Armor Salvation I can drop off as well. Okay. Let's make my way towards where crafting happens and drop these things off at various places. Okay, Gladiator is those. I don't necessarily object to having a different model of helmet. Wyvern is some scales. Do I have any? Yeah, I have some scales. Let's do a Wyvern helmet for strength. No, too plat. Okay. Strength helmet. Have some armor diversity, I guess. This is for swordsmanship when I get to that point. Let's actually just pull that rune out. So I have that on hand. Okay, I'm gonna want Radiant in this, right? Yeah. Then, do I have a strength rune that I was saving? It doesn't look like it. This is here because I needed to identify its value. Let's see, this one. I'm just gonna pull the Radiant out of this one and hang on to it. Okay, well, that's fine then. Sentinels is definitely valuable. I want superior strength. Okay, cool. I don't think minor absorption is worth anything. Is minor swordsmanship worth anything? Not really, no. Prismatic's probably not either. Yeah, okay. That's merchant fodder. What I expected. I'm just gonna merchant both of those, or all of those things there. Rothgar. Okay. Cool and good. That means I can now officially switch to this weapon set if I want to, and I do. So I'm happy to do something a little bit different. Yeah, like that. That's fine. I don't need Vital Boon there. I'm curious to see how the energy gain is. So let's go with this one. No, brawling is still nice. Okay. Let's just go with Fear Me. Right. I don't know. Okay. Good and excellent. Maybe I want to go to Xingje, or maybe I want to go... I could do... Yeah, okay. I might just do the... I have the north stuff. I'm indecisive. Let's just go to Kaineng, and I'm pretty sure I have access to Xingje here. Yeah. I can go do Minister Cho's estate. It will be boring, but it'll be fast. And I want to be wrapping up soon. Oh, yeah. Leave my party. Okay, let's just grab Dunkoro, Uvek, and Jin. Call that a team. Not really going to be able to use a bunch of these skills, but that's okay. Going to be curious to see how this weapon feels to use. I'm going to have to remember, like, what regions I've done things in. It's a good kick in the pants to make some progress again. Oh man, this is going to be tedious, isn't it? Unlike Chawbeck Village, there's no way to accelerate this one particularly. I just have to wait for Master Slogo to get around. Oh man, that's so cool. Getting freaking Soul Reaping bonus is spicy. Soul Taker's probably not worth it at this spec, but it's interesting to think about potentially using that too. Okay, I can already tell, like, Necro Daggers, Zealous Necro Daggers are going to be real good for energy management. Drawing on the mouse mat, on the compass. Woo! Wonder what the data storage for that looks like. I mean, it could just be a bunch of coordinates, but... Because you can use a single bit for each position. So I could see a field of 1 bits. That's actually probably the way that they do it. That would be very efficient. Oh my goodness, this is gaining me a lot of energy. I don't know how this is going to perform when there's actually a group of enemies, but... It's exciting to run a build that's not axe, you know? It is interesting because my brain is like, oh, this is a default skin because it was an icy enchanting Soulbreaker. So it's very odd seeing this skin having anything other than being an icy enchanting scythe. Because there's no other way of getting it. Man, that guy imported some Crichton brandy. Prize booze. Sheesh, that was a lot of damage. Yeah. What should I get next? Should I get the spear next or the daggers next? I kind of want to get both the spear and the daggers, so... I think you can get 20 per character, so you can get 4 weapons. I don't know if I'll be able to get that far or not during this time. It depends upon how much I play. I definitely feel like a 3 to 4 hour stream is a good duration, though. Now we get to go into the menagerie. Oh my goodness. Absolutely ridiculous. We might be a little overpowered for this mission. What do you think? Can't even hit these things. Like, they evaporate from Vec too quickly. Oh my goodness. Just look at them and they evaporate. Practically. Man, you can give a warrior plus 15 energy through the elementalist suffix. That's crazy to think about. Absolutely crazy to think about. Frenzy was a poor choice. Getting a lot of nice consumables, that's for sure. Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess it's like 10 minutes. It just feels really tedious. There we go. You know what? It feels appropriate to get the daggers off of this. Okay, let's just go to Embark Beach. Grab them sweet daggers. Actually, let's clear out my inventory first. A lot of very... Got a fortitude. Oh, yeah, that is a 20-year. It's amusing. That's fine. None of these are worth doing anything more with, though. Okay. Ozem, you can have these. I want my expertise daggers. And then I honestly don't care that much about this hammer. Bear's Roar. Because bonus leadership is just not that exciting. I might pick it up, but probably not. But I do want the Sun's Revolution. Zealous Critical Strike Spear seems really nice to have. So, I'm happy to get those daggers. Okay, well, that's going to do it for me for today. Like I said, I do want to stream more. No promises exactly if I'll be back tomorrow. Kind of thinking about it, but I don't really know what my plans are going to be exactly. But I do want to stream more, particularly during this event, to try to get some further progress and also, you know, get some of these sweet weapons. So until next time, take care, everyone. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.